Hi guys, welcome to Grammar and Writing Lesson 23. Let's get started today with your first vocabulary word. It's going to be sit. Now, our vocabulary words today are very similar to what you had yesterday. We're just kind of going through some troublesome verbs, but these ones are a little bit less confusing than lay and lie. So these ones I think will be a little easier for you to grab onto. So the first word is sit. Sit, just like lie is to rest or recline, sit is to put the body in a seated position. So this is referring to yourself sitting down. You put your body down into a seated position. For example, please sit in a chair or lie on the floor. So it's that whole idea of reclining, but for sitting, you're up. Your back is up straight. The past tense of sit is sat. Sat. That's the past. Last night I sat at my desk for 2 hours. Sat. That's sit in the past. Sit. Yesterday I sat. Our next word is set. Set. Now just like lay yesterday, this is to place something. When you set something, you place it down. So you're doing the action of putting something else down. Whatever's going down, it's not doing the action, you're doing the action to it. You're putting it down. For example, please set your dishes on the table and lay the napkins beside them. Both set and lay have that idea of putting something in its place. So you're setting your dishes. You don't sit your dishes because your dishes sit down. Do they bend themselves and get into a chair? No. So set is the correct word. The past of set, woof, this is going to be hard to remember. Set. Very simple, right? So today I set, yesterday I set. It's the same in the past and in the present. For example, yesterday I set the lamp on the desk. You could say, today I set the lamp on the desk. So it's set in the past and in the present. Get some practice in. Fill in the blank with the correct vocabulary word. You may blank beside me. So would that be sit? You put yourself into a sitting position. Would that be set? You put something else down. Number 2, I'll sit or set my books over there, or sat. I'll sit, set, sat, set. Are you putting something down or are you sitting yourself down? Number 3, yesterday Molly and Polly blanked together in class. Would that be sit, set, sat, set? Are they putting themselves down in a chair or are they putting something else down? Last sentence, oh dear, I blank my books on wet paint. Sit, set, sat, set. Okay, number 1, you may sit beside me because you're doing the action of sitting down. Number 2, I'll set my books over there because you're putting something down. Yesterday, Molly and Polly sat together in class. Past tense of sit. They are doing the action of putting themselves into a chair or the floor or whatever. Oh dear, I set my books on wet paint. This is the pasado of set, but it is set because you're putting something down, you're not sitting down. Showing a personal experience. This is what you're going to be working on in your writing page. So I need you to pull that out, page 4, showing a personal experience. Good writers want to express their ideas in a way that will be vivid and real to their readers. That word vivid gives the idea of interesting and it seems, like it's alive, like it's real life. That's vivid. So good writing is vivid, it's real, it's very descriptive. One way to do this is by showing the reader the experience you are describing rather than just telling about it. So you show it to them so they can picture it in their mind, almost like they're watching a movie, rather than you just telling it like they are sitting there listening to a story. That's the difference. So there are some ways to help your reader visualize your descriptions, ways to show rather than tell. This is a big thing, show, not tell. So one way is to use sensory details. Remember in your last lesson, you did that sensory chart and you had to remember all the things that you saw, felt, smelled, tasted, whatever. So sensory details, that's your smells, your tastes, your sounds, your sights, and your feelings. Both your physical feelings, what you touch, as well as your sentimental feelings, what you think about. Facts and statistics are another way to help your reader visualize your description. This would be a lot of numerical information, or maybe not even numerical information, but just true facts. Statements that are true, that might be interesting, that would lend a little bit of more information to what you're saying. Examples are another way to help your reader visualize your descriptions. These are true or invented stories that illustrate your point. So sometimes you'll use a true example, sometimes you'll use just a made-up example. Like to say, for instance, and then you would give your example. I just gave an example right now. Incidents. These are interesting, true stories that support your writing. When you tell an incident, it's a story, something that happened. It supports what you're trying to say. And quotations. That would be someone's exact words. That also can be used to kind of help your reader to visualize what you are saying. For example, if you just tell in your writing, you would say, I was very jealous. Okay, your reader understands what you're trying to say. You were jealous. You were celosa. You were tan celosa. Okay, getting better. We're picturing more than just a little jealous. You were very jealous. But we still don't really know what's going on. So instead of coming out and saying you were jealous, let's show that you're jealous. When I spotted Dean, I stopped laughing. I bit my lower lip and squinted at him, both hoping and scared that he would look at me. Just what did he see in Jacinda anyway? And how could she have gone out with him? Okay, do you see a difference, a big difference, aside from the fact that it's longer, it's more words? Do you see that they never came out and said they were jealous? But you can get that idea from what they're saying. They are very descriptive. You can just picture the eyes narrowing. That's what squinting is, when you narrow your eyes. You can picture that happening. You can picture the disgusted look on the person's face when they think about Dean going out with Jacinda instead of them, or whatever the case may be. So they're showing you that the person is jealous without telling you that the person is jealous. So now you get to try it yourself. You're going to rewrite the following pairs of sentences as first-person paragraphs. Does everyone get that? Paragraphs, not just sentences, paragraphs. I want at least 5 good sentences in these paragraphs. Make them show rather than tell. So don't come out and tell me what's going on. Show it to me so that I can figure that out by what you say. It needs to be very clear. Use the strategies shown in parentheses. Okay, for example, number 1. My baby sister was a messy eater. The area around her high chair was a total disaster. Okay, so these sentences just come out and tell you she's a messy eater, everything around her just a disaster. Well, instead of saying she's a messy eater, show me that she's a messy eater through sensory details. So what you see, what you smell, what you taste, what you touch. Do not tell me she is a messy eater. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that the area around her high chair is a disaster, meaning it's messy. Show me that it's messy by your descriptions. Is there baby food on the floor, on the ceiling? Show me. Don't come out and tell me. Show me. Okay, number 2 that you need to do is, I think about many 7th graders don't know enough I think that many 7th graders, don't know enough about world events. They are rarely aware of anything that is happening outside the United States. Show this through an anecdote. An anecdote is a story, an incident. So you need to show me that 7th graders don't really know much about the world. The American 7th graders don't know much about anything that's happening outside the United States. You can tweak that. You can do that with Honduras, that you feel like people don't really know what's happening outside of Honduras or outside of Roatan. So show me that, though. Don't come out and tell me anything that's in these sentences. Show it to me. So that's your homework to complete Showing a Personal Experience, page 4. If you have any questions, if you're unsure about anything at all, just send me a message, let me know, and I would be happy to help you. Have a wonderful day, guys. Love you so much. Bye.